Up next on the Test the Plaid channel. I have no idea who won that race. What was it at the finish line? 00 finish. Showtime Dragstrip, May 17th, 2023. A lot of cars out here tonight. All kinds of cars. Let's see who's running the high fives and 6.0s. We haven't seen this Firebird before. Saw this blue Mustang running 6.0s last week. Headlight. 609. It's like 112. All right, we got to race it up with this mid-90s Mustang. All right, we've seen this Mustang run 6.0 and with a 00 reaction time, so I think its chances are really good against us here. See what we can do for getting some glue on. Anything less than perfect traction, we're going to lose this race. We're going to try to get all the way into launch control. Is ready to launch already and she's not even staged, so we might have a problem here. Come on, come on, come on. I had a 75 light, looked like she had maybe a 12 or something. We had more mile an hour, but caught her just a little too late. I'm just glad it didn't bump us out of launch control. Good close run though. Unfortunately our cameras were on the right side and at the last moment she asked to be in the left lane, so we had no time to move our cameras across. We're at 80% battery state of charge after that run. I think we were at 81 when we launched.
Nobody's up there at those cars at the line.
I think she got me. It was close.
Yeah, I think she did. But you got a 596.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
You know, I'd almost rather lose and get a 596 than win and get a...
I know, right?
When I first got to the track tonight, the track manager, Millsy, said, "You gonna lay down a 596 tonight?" And I said, "I only showed up with 80% battery." Back we're at 79 now after that run. So I'm like, sorry, I'll be lucky if I run a 599 with 80% battery charge, but take a look at that, 596. One of the faster runs we've done. That's because it's so warm out here. It's about 90 when we showed up, and it took the car about 30 seconds to get into drag strip mode, even though it had been sitting here for an hour after we pulled in. I'm happy with that pass, even if we did lose by 1/100th of a second. So the blue Mustang ran a 601 with an 01 reaction. So that's a 602 down the track, and that's tough to beat. And we were 596 with an 07 reaction, which is like 603 down the track. And if you add the extra decimal point, she was actually 603 down the track, and I was about 604 down the track, and that's the 1/100th difference. So this car runs faster in the heat. We get people saying, "Oh, your car is slowing down." 79% battery state of charge and a ticket here that says 596. It's hardly slowing down. She got us on the tree. Whole shot win. Good for her. We knew it would be a close race, and it was. It was a awesome pass. Awesome first pass. We haven't seen Don run his Nova here in a little while. Let's see if he pulls the front tires. 119.1. That's one of his fastest passes I've seen out here. We could be collecting all the yellow slips tonight because we're going to be racing Don next. And we just saw him run a 584 on Nitrous. And he's going to actually dial up a little more Nitrous for this next pass. So probably run a 570, 580. And he's always good on the light 00 or 01. So our chances are slim unless he knocks the tires off. We'd rather lose to a faster car than beat somebody by 10 car lengths, like a lot of the cars out here. All right, we need a better light on this one. This car is about 0.2 faster than that Mustang we just ran. Again, like we did last time, and we're going to be on this light. All right, here we go. To cut it super close to have any chance at all, and I wasn't as shallow as I wanted to be. I knew I wasn't that shallow. So an 02 red, and he was good on the light as usual, but I think they say if you don't get red every once in a while, you ain't trying hard enough, right? Even with a red light, we didn't beat him to the finish line. How many times has that happened to other cars, red lighting against us only to be passed and gapped? That's yellow for me all day long.
Yeah, I know. You read it.
I gave it all I had. 601.
That guy's got a killer car.
Any chance I could get. We launched with 79% battery state of charge on that run, drag strip mode, peak performance ready. So 601 on that pass, 120.97 miles an hour, but an 02 negative reaction time for the red. He had an 05. He's almost always good for an 01 or better. We had a 147 60 foot to his 135, and to half track 396 to his 378. And he ran a 585 at 117.8 miles an hour. His previous pass, we saw him run 584 at 119 miles an hour. He took us by not quite a car length, 08 at the finish line. Good pass. Fun runs. All right, Don.
Good race, man.
Good one.
You got it all on video, huh?
Yeah, I had to.
How many car lengths was I about?
You were 08, so your back bumper was pretty close to my front bumper.
I couldn't see you. Like once I passed the line, I looked over and I saw you coming.
In your blind spot, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
But
He wasn't far behind you.
yeah, it was a little less than 1/10 of a second. But
it must like that fuel, man. It didn't hiccup.
And even at that, you know, I red lit to even get that close to you. I don't know if you knew that.
What's that?
I red lit just to get that
I
close
did
to
see
you.
the red light when I started, but
yeah,
dude, it don't matter. Race is a race to me, man.
Oh, too.
I red light quite a. Mine was.
But the point is, when you red light, you still get to the finish line.
True.
You know.
Yeah, true. All right, Andrew. Thank you, bro. Thanks for the run.
Always a pleasure, Don. Always a pleasure.
All right, brother. Anytime.
The Mach1. He just ran his first 6.0 ever in that car tonight. He ran a 608 with a 126 60 foot. Crazy quick. We're down to 77% battery state of charge. And we just ran a 601. So It's going to be a close race. It's going to come down to the light. We're hoping we don't get another yellow slip. I think it's going to come down to the tree, really. The weather's cooling down, and that's going to slow us down, and it's going to speed him up. We're expecting a close race here. It's getting a little harder to find a good line out here. Looks like something leaked on the track from that S10 truck. Looks like they've got some kind of significant problem. Glad it's not my lane, but Keith needs the traction as much as anyone. Okay, they're gonna have to re-prep the track apparently. All right, let's try this again. We restarted Dragstrip mode, it just came up. Perfect timing on that. All right, we're a tiny bit deep. Well, we got the cameras running this time. Traction was horrible on that pass. Probably like a 610, darn it. We broke traction multiple times on that pass. Darn it. All right, we're 75% battery state of charge after that run. I have no idea who won that race, and that usually means the other car won. You're gonna give me another yellow?
611.
Ah! I wasn't sure if I caught him. It was so close. What was the number?
I know, I was watching.
What was it at the finish line? 00 finish. You see that? 00. 611 is about what I'd expect with the traction issues we were having out there. So we ran a 611 at 119.0. An O2 reaction, that helped. Oh, he also had an O2 reaction. Look at that. 23 for me and 20 for Keith. So we left right together. He had a 139.60 foot to our 149. And he was still ahead at half track, of course, 394 to our 405. So we were a 1/10 of a second behind him at half track on the ET, and since our reactions were the same. But in the end, I ran a 611 at 119, and he ran a 612 at 112. So I had the mile an hour on him to pass. It was just a question if I was going to pass him right before or right after the finish line. And it was pretty much exactly at the finish line, because that's a 003 margin, 0.003 of a second at the finish line. Fun race. Almost had another yellow slip. Dang, that was close. Sorry about that, Keith.
Oh,
you
that's
seem to be snake bit against me.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that's what, 1/1000.
0.003 of a second.
But did you see how my 60 foot slowed?
You lost 13 in the 60.
You lost 1360. Actually, I lost quite a bit of my 60 also. I was chirping all the way down.
Yeah.
So both lanes were bad.
I want to see a rematch.
Oh yeah.
We're going to check the tire pressure and do a once over.
Oh, I'm good.
So remember, I ran a 596 earlier tonight. So I was off by a 1/10 and a half on that pass.
Right.
But it worked out because you were off as well. But you see how close our reactions were?
I was so excited right near the end. I'm like, who got who? I mean, that was real tight.
The difference in reaction was 0.003 of a second,
Really?
which is identical to the margin at the finish line, except I was slower on the thing. So
Came around it.
yeah.
right there with you, you know.
That was really close. I mean, obviously my mile an hour was there.
Charge the battery. Tell them we want to rematch.
Yeah, I can't tell you how excited I was just to be there with you, you know. So I lost a bolt on my motor mount.
Oh no!
Yeah, on the
Tonight?
plate. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can see
I was just telling Don how you're
it's
always shaking
shaking on it.
parts loose.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But I mean,
man.
you can see the movement.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
crazy. So I stuck a bolt back in there, just zip tied it off.
Dang.
So now I realize I need to bring
A
Oh
toolbox
my
when you come out?
no, every time I bring it out, I break really bad. So no more. No, I need to bring a oh my God, a generator, and a battery charger.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because I was hoping and praying that it would refire. I was afraid that it wouldn't. That's why I let it idle so long when we were up there and they were cleaning the track.
I was concerned too because I had been sitting in that dragster mode for so long.
Yeah.
And when I leave it in there too long, it slows down.
Right.
So I turned it off, thinking that they'd give us a little bit of warning, and then it'll make come on up here.
Right. It's like, oh.
I didn't even get your burnout on video.
Oh, really?
You were burning out, and I was still trying to get my camera started.
Right.
And the car came up.
You were a
ready.
little delayed in what you were doing.
I know.
I'm like, yeah, you're more on
I was
it.
about 60 seconds behind everything on there, so I missed your burnout. And,
Right.
Anyway, the car did what it could do.
Right.
But yeah, double zero finish. You
So I was
can't beat
talking to
that.
him. He said if I were to put the first pass onto that pass, it would have been 595. I'm like, I don't understand all that yet, but gotta love it.
Why the slowest car is always the loudest ones?
But it's holding together tonight. That's good. That's a change of pace.
Well, except for the bolt
Right.
on the motor mounts, but all right, man. Next week,
Right.
I should be out here.
All right, I'll come out.
I'll do it. And if you lay down,
If I go 6.0 something again, I'm happy. I mean, in this weather, he was saying that this is like elevation air of like 2,500 feet.
yeah,
So it's really bad air, and I'm running really good. So I'm tickled.
speeds up my car though, which
Does
is
it?
why I ran the 596 earlier, was because it was so hot.
That blew my mind when I saw you run that. I'm like, whoa.
So it all depends on when we run. If we run early, it's my advantage. If we run at 9 o'clock, it's your advantage.
Well,
So maybe we like,
two. One in the beginning, no.
and then the one in the middle will be like a 00. So it'll
There
be
you go.
almost best 2 out of 3. But
That's good.
Excellent run.
Excellent. Thank
Next
you.
week,
Yes,
Keith.
sir. You
All
got
right,
it.
man. Those are 3 good runs tonight. When the biggest gap all night is about 1/10 of a second, that's a good night. And then we had the 100th of a second and a 00 3,000ths of a second. So all close races. Glad we didn't take 3 yellows in a row, but we like a close race, and we'll do what it takes to line up with cars that are running similar times. It's always more fun that way. All right, we'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel. That's beat 3 different ways on the 18
wins
at the
and
line and at the
I
tree.
get a red light in the bracket race and you're out.
Yeah. But it was good. A little closer that way. At least I wasn't sleeping on it like the previous run.
Sure. Well, you were up on it. You were trying to get that tree.
Yeah. Pretty close. 20 negative only. So I mean,
It didn't seem like it cared too much, man. I mean, it was still sucking it down, man.
So did you do the same shot of nitrous as the previous pass?
Oh yeah, same
shot.
It's the same every time.
Okay, and you had a 584 on the previous to the, I think it was 585 on this one. So really close, within a number. But the mile an hour on this one said 117. So I thought that 119 was an anomaly. Were you in the same lane both times?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I took right lane each time.
Yeah. That was a good run. Good times. The track's holding the power tonight.
Yeah, it seems like they got sprayed.
Both
Pretty
lanes.
sticky.
Because I've done right and left, but I usually can't do a 596 out here without, tripping the tires and losing it. So, yeah, these are a couple of better runs. I mean, 145, 60.
That's not like you, Andrew. You got 2 yellows there.
I know. I'm collecting all yellows tonight. 145 60 foot, which for my car, and a 392 to half track.
Yeah.
I mean, those aren't any numbers at all compared to yours, but because your car's so dang quick. 378 to half track, man, quick. But were your tires up much? I couldn't be watching. I was.
No, the way I got the nitrous coming on right now, it's not up in the RPM, so it comes on pretty easy and doesn't jerk the front end like I normally do.
passes were pretty consistent.
I would say
because
so. They have to be.
It seemed like you carried the tires. Yeah, but I thought you carried them a decent amount on the previous pass where I watched you from the side, but I couldn't tell when I was in the car next to you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it just, I mean,
About the same.
Yeah, I didn't like fill a bunch of air underneath them, so I mean, it was still hugging the track somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, the front end lifts, even though the tires don't always come up.
Yeah.
So the momentum jerks it back. But
Yeah.
that pass was a little bit straighter than the first pass was. The first pass, before I got to shift the second, it kind of jerked a little.
I did notice that as I was on the side. I didn't want to say anything about it because
No, I mean, it's just fun to drive when it's like that. You just got to get on the wheel and drive it. Either that or let out of it.
I'll always line up next to you. I know you know what you're doing out here. But I feel like the track has been better out here in the last few months. It's holding power.
Whatever
better.
they're doing for spraying and prepping it, it seems like it's good.
Yeah.
Cleaning
You know
it
they.
right now. They're cleaning it right now.
Oh, you know they completely scraped it and used some kind of detergent on it.
Really?
Like 2 weeks ago. They took it down to bare and
Maybe
started
that's
fresh.
got a lot to do with it then.
They started completely fresh. Last week would have been the first prep, last Wednesday. So this is the second prepped night. Yeah, it seems to be working.
I'd love to see them start some program up here on either Friday night, even Wednesday nights. That'd be awesome.
Well, I think if
Come
we
out here and be
keep,
able to run for a purse instead of just practicing all the time.
Well, I think based on the success they had last week, I mean, they had a lot of receipts with the gate. I mean, there were a lot of spectators here.
Yeah.
There were, 50 spectators.
I don't see how they could do bad if they get the advertisement and they start a program. I mean, people would show up.
Yeah.
I don't see how they could lose.
Maybe I'll talk to Yoho next time I see him.
Yeah, man. I mean, people are itching to come out here and run. That makes it all that more interesting when they start throwing purses in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to find me another run, man, in the fives if there's anybody out here.
Yeah, maybe that blue Mustang that beat me on the first pass might be the closest thing.
Well, I know she's in the high
Well, she ran 601
She's like,
next to me, and she ran 601
not impossible for her to turn a 590 then. Has she done any 590s?
I haven't seen anything better than a 600. So I don't know if she's like dialed in for 600.
I was hoping some of these S10 trucks, because I go against a lot of S10 trucks up in Braden, so
I know, there's
in
a
my
lot of
class,
them.
there's about 10 of them.
I won't line up with those trucks anymore since that was
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get it now.
All right, it's getting loud, man.
All right, Andrew,
Great run,
thank
man.
you, bro. Thanks for the run.
Always a pleasure, Don. Always a pleasure.